morning after the carnage. We got our power back, which is pretty freaking awesome. And just want to shout out kudos to all those linemen. They did an awful good job, wicked good job. Jeez. They got a tough job, and I'm actually going out right now to the hardware store, and there's already, those lineman trucks are already out first thing this morning, so trying to fix everything. Well, my sister wanted me to tell a story that happened back when we were younger, and I don't know if anybody else will think it's funny or not outside of our family, but hey, I'll give it a try anyway. But back when we were younger, I think I was probably, 12, 13, something like that. We always used to vacation with our cousins, Mike and Delia Murphy, MJ, Kimberly. We always did like Fun Town, Splash Town, Aqua Boggin, typical stuff. One year we decided, or our parents decided, I didn't decide because I didn't have a job, you know what I mean? I'm just a kid. But parents decided we were going to go rent a house in Cape Cod. And it was one of those great big, Victorian houses, had like 26 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, quarters up the yin yang. Well, that's what it seemed like back then. It was a freaking huge house. And I got a pretty cool bedroom out of the deal. My bedroom, you had to go upstairs, and then you had to, I called it a tunnel. You had to walk down a tunnel. It was actually a breezeway to the garage. And my bedroom was up above the garage. So it was pretty cool. I was the oldest, and so I don't know, I got the coolest bedroom, whatever. So it was pretty neat. We did a lot of things, like we rented bikes and went for bike rides and stuff like that. Cape Cod's pretty cool for something like that, I guess. You want to get away from electronics. One night, the mothers were in cooking supper, and we decided the rest of us would have a great big, wicked, awesome wiffle ball game. I prided myself as a pretty good wiffle ball player. Played a lot of wiffle ball as a kid. We took it seriously back then too, right? We always took those wiffle balls, we taped them up with black electrical tape to make them a little faster. We had the wheelbarrow set up for a strike zone, all that stuff. We took it pretty seriously. And so we decided to have a big wiffle ball game. And forget the exact score. I think it was like 5-5 or something. Mother said, hey, one more inning, that's it. We're going to have supper. So we get down to the last inning, and it's tied 5-5, and we have last at bats. And all I remember is we got like bases loaded or something, and I came up to bat, and I was like, this is it. I'm the freaking king. We're going to win this game. All of a sudden, my father, who was on the other team, he said, you're batting out of turn. It's not your turn. It's your sister's turn, Kelly. At that time, she was just young, so I'm like, she ain't going to win any games. Barely even swing a bat. But I had it in my head that I was right, and Dad had it in his head that he was right, and man, oh man, did we get a big screaming match. I called him a cheetah, he called me a crybaby. All got in a great big friggin' squanch of a friggin' fight. To the point where I just, threw the bat, started crying, ran upstairs to my bedroom, down the friggin' tunnel to my bedroom, slammed the door, had a big friggin' conniption fit, which I'm sure we've all had at that age or whatever, but I was freaking pissed. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was pissed. My father could cheat me like that, and I don't think I was batting out of turn. Maybe I was, I don't remember, but in my head at that time, it was my turn to bat. I was gonna win the game, the big game. That's it. unfortunately, that's a trait that I've passed down to my son Garrett. He's wicked competitive, and man, ain't he a poor sport. I school him in ping pong all the time. I'm a pretty good ping pong player, if I do say so myself. He beats me about 20% of the time. When I get in his head. It's a mental game. I get in his head, and man, does he get mad. Oh, and it drives me nuts. I'm like, why do you gotta be such a poor sport? But evidently he gets it from me because I was a poor sport as a kid. And I don't know why. I just competitive. In everything I do. Could be, baseball, football, basketball. I mean, I take Garrett and Adam out in the yard and we play basketball, they get so mad at me because they can't believe that Dad can play basketball. Well, I can. Not a bad athlete. So I don't know if you're wondering why I'm a good ping pong player. I'm going to tell you anyway, even though you didn't ask. Back in college, University of Maine, Machias, we used to play a lot of ping pong. We have some drinks, and we go into there was a big lounge. It was called the Ping Pong Lounge. Boy, that's original. Well, we just played ping pong to beat the band, and we would have big tournaments, and everybody sit around. And of course, back then in the early 90s, you could, it wasn't a dry campus. You could drink a little bit as long as you weren't stupid about it. We played a lot of ping pong, and I was really good. But one night, I ended up getting mad at something. I don't remember what it was. I ended up punching a concrete wall. Yes, I was probably drunk. And I broke my right hand. So I was in a cast for a while. So I was like, shit, how am I going to play ping pong? So I started learning to play ping pong with my left hand. And I got really good. And then what happened after I got my cast off is I would stop playing with both hands. And that messes with people's heads when all of a sudden you're playing right-handed and then you switch mid-serve instead of playing with your left hand. I do it to Garrett now and it drives him nuts. He can't stand it because I'll just switch hands in the middle of a friggin' volley or something. I can hit just as good with my left as I can with my right. So pretty good ping pong player. But I'm a bad sport. I've never cheated my kids, but I don't hold back with my kids either. I don't believe in coddling them and participation trophies and all that bull crap. You need to learn to lose just like you learn to win. It's the way, life's not fair, so why should sports be fair? But whatever. So back to my original point in Cape Cod. I had a big conniption fit, turned into a big fight. I'm sure it was very embarrassing. Maybe the dads afterwards went back and just started drinking some beers. I don't know. You'd have to ask Mike on that. But so I was in my room above the garage in this Cape Cod Victorian house, and I'm mad. So I hit the wall. Now the wall wasn't made of sheetrock. It was made with tongue and groove pine. Nice. So I punched the wall. If I punched the wall with sheetrock, I probably would have put a hole in it. Man, oh man, my father would have kicked my ass. But it was tongue and groove pine, and when I did, this little panel fell. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I look, and it's like back then I called it a secret compartment. Oh, there's a secret compartment in my room. What am I gonna find? But it was a little hole, and I reached in and I pulled out a notebook. It was a diary. And I started reading through it, and everybody that has stayed in that room for years and years and years were writing stories about their vacation in this diary. It was wicked cool. I mean, that's neat. And I don't know if the owners of the house realized it was there or not. I don't know. But it was pretty cool. So, of course, I was angry, so I wrote in the diary too, and I wrote some awful stuff. Oh, I hate my father. He's a big cheater. Cheats in wiffle ball. Can't stand him. He yells at me. Oh, I went off pages and pages and pages. Just chastising my father. And I wrote over the whole week we were there, I wrote some different stuff in there, and I don't remember exactly what I wrote, probably just what I did for the day or how I was feeling. But I did feel better afterwards. I mean, they say it's true. If you talk things out or if you get stuff out in writing or whatever, it does make you feel better. We talk about it now, me and Mike. I wish we could go back and find that house and see if that notebook is still there and read my entries. I think that would be, it'd probably be really embarrassing, but I think it'd be really freaking cool. So that's my Cape Cod story. It's not all that funny, it's just kind of interesting, I guess. But the bottom line is I am a poor sport. I've always been a poor sport. I hate to lose. You know what they say? Bring me somebody as a coach. Bring me somebody that loves to win. If you don't have that person, bring me somebody that hates to lose. That's me. And unfortunately, I've passed it on to my son. Because he can be a little dang sometimes. But I love him. Anyway, hope all of you getting the power back. You can enjoy Easter. Happy Easter. Don't forget what Easter's all about either. It's not about candy. We know what it's about. I'm not going on a religious rant, but we all know what it's about. Peace.